Yeah, let's go with that. That could be interesting. Kindle a romance. Is that my heart I'm hearing? What? It's really cool that it's like you choose either a defensive strategy or a romance. That's just a interesting choice. Am I falling for him? Vikanda's pretty. Am I just noticing that? It's the pink hair that does it. Can we talk, Ambleton? We will. Let's survive first. Dweaver Thrusk, Seeker and Thrusk. Its head weaves in odd patterns, eyes shine like moons, hissing suddenly it looms to strike. Droning wings carry it inexorably closer, its dodging flight impossible to predict, and Dweavers and Thrusks have extra health. Yeah, that's not too bad. Kill all enemies. This shouldn't be too hard. Let's get Ambleton forward to hold a better position, with Vikanda on one side and Paola on the other. Interfuse with the mossy rock. And Discus the Dweaver. Oh, it dodged. Interfuse with the mossy rock. And Discus the Dweaver. And it hit. It's interfusing with the rock behind us. There is a Thrusk. There is another Thrusk. Guess we close... Oh, no. Let's, Discus. Discus the Thrusk. Because that bounces, hitting the Dweaver in the back, allowing Ambleton to charge up and get the flank. Vikanda comes up to wall. Also, it's kind of cool that the two melee ones sort of have a romance. Like, there's some sort of narrative, what's it called? Narrative mirroring? Oh, well, I can't remember think of the term. The idea is like Paola stays at the back because she's the more ranged one and she's the one who is sort of on her own at this point. Alright, interfuse with the stump to Discus. From that to hit the Thrusk, because I had a slightly higher chance of hitting. Ambleton, you can't get into melee range with either of them, so sprint down here and he'll Guardian. Vikanda, come down here to wall and interfuse with the tree. And then Splinter Blast to hit both of them, killing off the Thrusk and damaging the Seeker. So now if the Seeker moves, it will get Guardianed. Or it won't get Guardianed, apparently. Paola, go for the Thrusk. A little bit of damage. Ambleton. No, Vikanda hit the Seeker. A lot of damage there. Ambleton move up here to get the flank to guarantee the kill, because the Seeker's a little bit hard to hit. And hope the Thrusk doesn't go for Paola. The Thrusk went for Paola. Oof, twice. That's bad. Okay, gotta be more careful. So Ambleton charges around here to get the kill on the Thrusk. And there is apparently something else. Ah, there it is. It's off to that side. Alright, just charge forward to put yourself in the way. Ambleton has a lot of armor. It's because, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't show what I chose him. Because he's a Legacy 3, I got to pick 3 skills to begin with. So he has Guardian Paladin, which means he always ends his turn in Guardian no matter what he does, and Endurance, meaning he gets +2 armor and +1 warding. So he's a positive tank. Interfuse with the log and Wild Grasp the Dweaver to pin it. It can still infuse itself though, and it's doing that trick, so it will hit me if I go into that range. So instead, let's come up to Guardian, interfuse with the Loom, and Bone Lance in the back. Alright, hit in the back, but that does free it up for a Wild Grasp in the back to further pin it. Bringing it into melee range for Ambleton. Ooh. What happened there? Dweaver used Slice. Oh, I think it shredded an armor. Yeah, just finish it off. Okay, well, Paola took a hit, so I've got to be more careful with her, but otherwise that went alright. Link Mail is what he already has, so salvage for an ingot. Scrambling to higher ground, leaving a wake of twisted Thrixl bones, the 3 of them stand breathing hard. Late grey sun squeezes past the clouds. All gone? Think so. Getting out of here might be smart. While we have light, yeah. Silence wraps their party until trudging steps start to sound like unsaid words. Ambleton? If it's dumb, it's dumb, but here it is. Ambleton, I want you to know that I think I've fallen for you in the 2 days we've known each other. If I could illustrate for you the futures I've imagined in florid detail, actually, the way we'd be sitting reading in low light, and if it's all pretty embarrassing, I guess it's nothing, it's an ill-advised... Vikanda, I'm never going to forget how you said that, with silvery blood smeared on your jaw. But I'd really like to learn what your mind sees. I imagine things myself. Let's walk together. There's a whole road to talk along. So smouldering hearts take flame. Like falling embers dropped into the dark, they'll share heat until the earth blacks them out. Now this is a nightmare. Seeker has been added to the deck. Alright. I guess we'll go and scout, and hopefully Paola will heal in the time it takes. She did not. But there is a bridge at the end here, so I think I'm just going to go scout that while I'm waiting for the healing. Yep, she's fully healed, so let's go do the glad... Oh, what's this? Gorgon and Thrixl. Alright, let's go do the Gorgon fight. Or... I don't know. Like, the fact that it said that there was another one, I kind of don't want them to miss out on the training. So let's go scout here instead. It's been how many days? Fall's practically done. Did we really wander all this way senseless? The fire carves light out of logs. Why do I feel like everything I knew before is long ago and far away? I've got that in my head too. If you're doing a mysterious, even alluring thing to try and get me to notice you more, you should know it's unnecessary. I already notice you the maximum amount. Wow, he's turned that on bloody to 11, hasn't he? You're always the mysterious one, to me. This whole dynamic's getting annoying. Hey, move over, one of you plops. I'm the one who needs the firelight. Time wanders. Their piled tinder drains to a scatter of the most interesting pieces, the ones they're reluctant to burn. Paola's able to translate large sections of the archaic text a little later. But I just don't know if there's more than just a picture book. There's a reverent quality to the way the Kiorans write about these monsters. It's beautifully considered, and there are aspects that are interesting, but... So it's been a waste. Good job. Is this poachers? Outlaws? Oh yeah, let's go with he recognises them. The Hillpainter's approach is noiseless. Evening to you three. Can a bone-bag like me get a little grub? Maybe a little gab? Ambleton clears the shrinking fire in a bound. Behind me, you two. Wait, isn't that... Iggy? Forgive me, I remember your last name. Glad to see you're well, but odd you're all the way out here. From the Paola print shop, right? That's us. Mum was Liana Paola. Stop trying to fight everything. This guy was obsessed with our mum. No, I needed printing done. They introduced themselves around the fire. When was I at your shop last? Couldn't have been too long. Been at least 2 circuits of the seasons. Oh yeah, the winemaker threatened me with a shovel. Why do you seem so sure? My sister thinks it's her job to take care of everyone. I feel like all my steps are counted. And she's the younger one. Interesting. But anyway, yeah, remember you two put my last book together after I went expecting... Wow, for a moment I misread that as exploring. Remember you two put my last book together after I went expecting your mum? Liana had the best sense of humour, and I couldn't help but babble back. I'm still sorry she's gone. One time, Oh, but... Sorry. Anyway, came wandering this way and saw your fire. I have to tell you, forest is dangerous these days. Things have come crawling out of... Do you know the Thrixl? Do you know of them? Have you seen them? Where? What can you tell us? Was tracking a whole 3 of them. They're not your grandpa's lostlings, I'll say that. They're real and they're hideous and they're memorable. Their heading was unmistakable. Blondin. They're heading for our... home. I was able to get around them, those Thrixl. Got a warning to the townsfolk. But going by the tone of their response, I doubt they fled. I don't think they believe me. This is happening? How well do you know these lands? How well do I, Iggy, know these lands? That same night. You were that Hillpainter who'd come to town sometimes. Didn't Gail Harper find you sleeping in the hog pen? Sounds like me, though I should clarify. I wasn't born among them, the Hillpainters. Was found in bad shape, rescued, and took to their way of life. Started collecting their lore, getting volumes printed, bringing it back to them. Got them printed by Vikanda's mother. Now I see. Yeah? Those two, Vikanda and Paola, were raised by the worthiest soul this side of the stars. I'll always think that. Losing it from a mother would break something in me. You clearly have something else you want to ask? Well, yeah, I had a teacher far from here. Came from hill painting people. Glenia Coyle? Glenia Coyle? No, sorry. It's not one I've heard of. Another coincidence would have been welcome. Anyway, think you can kill Thrixl? Yeah, Thrixl, I'm ready to try. My adopted people have legends of Thrixl, but legends is all I believe they were. Do those legends include a Mothman? You're going to say you met the Mothman? You too? By all my gods, you're loopy, aren't you? The Mothman, now that is a tall tale. Okay, that's opened up the world. Cool. So, I guess I will continue exploring. So let's scout this last location. Yay. So it looks like there are no infestations, so there are no incursions coming. But we do have calamities to fight against. So we've got Thrixl in the Port Guild Dream. A twisting path takes them up the high hills and finally into the company of the local peaks. Breathe that in. Mountain air. It quiets the heart, doesn't it? Ah, Vikanda. No, I mean the fumes wafting out of my boots. Yeah, really attractive. Thank you, Ambleton. I'm just talking about the bright way it fills your lungs. Everything you see when you're breathing this air, it's like you're seeing those things more fully than ever. Even your own thoughts. For 20 paces, the only sound is the scrape of their stinky feet on rough granite. Hey, love, we know our direction? It's a bit soon to be calling me that, but okay. The way forks. One path leads higher to the top of a precarious cliffside. The other curves downwards under the shadow of high rocks. Oh yes, I remember going up to the cottage. So let's do the chasm. I think I see some wreckage down there. Might be salvageable. Wonderful. Vikanda spotted some more garbage to bring home. Oh, sorry, salvage. He's a bit of a dick, isn't he? Bloody hell. One moment it's like, ah, love, do you like my stinky feet? And the next day it's, oh gosh, he collects so much crap. They descend a rocky incline. The wide trail looks like it would accommodate wheel traffic. You know, sometimes I don't feel like you're genuinely supporting me. Glad she's aware of it. The steep switchback takes them lower to the floor of the chasm. Good eye, Vikander. Poor folks. Whosever misfortune it was, I'm sure it set them back pretty awful. Imagine the angle of the turn coupled with the velocity they'd build on that slope. Not a lot here, but it doesn't look picked through. There's plenty of rocks in among the splinters, which... Above them, an ominous noise rings out. Crack! Clink, clink, clatter. Uh-oh. Rumble! Come on! Let's go! Tumble! Crash! Vikanda! Ah! You alright? Fine, a little hurt, but keep moving. The way back up has been blocked by the collapse, but they emerge into a broader canyon. Out of danger for now. Vikanda? Crummy decision, wasn't it? But here at least there was this. Vikanda tosses down the chest she manages to pull from the wrecked cart. Don't everyone thank me once. 3 heartwood and 4 hides. Okay, I was hoping for an item, but that's fine. Wound! Vikanda starts at half health. Goody! Seeker, Dweaver, and Toothrusk. At least it's a slightly easier fight. Oh, and a Leaf Spirit. Which I'm going to be bloody damned if I'm going to be able to get. So, Iggy. He is from my second campaign. Let's check his history. Yeah, he was from Shulor's company. He fought the Morthagi. And he is a melee build. So, he does have a bone bow, but he also has a stabby dagger. And he has... Quelling Moss and Thornfang. So once per turn he's refunded an action point after a melee kill, and he can throw poison. So I still have like a mostly melee build. I should probably lean more into ranged in this campaign, because I usually do melee builds. Right. You go forward to protect Vikanda. Dodged it, damn it. Paola interfuse with the stone. Oh, Steel Fire. Oh yeah, she's, Paola's an elementalist, isn't she? So her fire doesn't burn out. Fire does not burn out while infused. Perfect. In that case, yeah, jump onto the Dweaver. Nice. Iggy can't get round behind. I don't really want Vikanda to go up close. Alright, if Vikanda goes to there and light the lamp, And Iggy... so this one poison isn't going to do much here. So Iggy, instead, if you shoot the Dweaver, that will still poison it because of Quelling Moss's passive damage. And the fire did a bit more passive damage. So that, yeah, Dweaver's almost dead, but he's not dead yet. And they're bloody storming us, so we've got to kill them quickly. Dweaver died because of the fire, because it's double wide. Fantastic. Fire Leash, jump onto the Seeker. Which hopefully... Yes. Allows Iggy to get the sneak attack double damage, and I think it is poisoned? I think it's poisoned. Yeah, it's poisoned. Good. So it will die. And Ambleton, if you go behind the Thrixl, sure, just kill it. That works. I was thinking of doing a 1-2 with Vikander, but no, that's fine. Vikander move up to wall. That dies to the fire and or poison. That dies to Ambleton. And now we have 2 turns to catch the spirit. So I guess it should be Paula. No, she's not going to make it in time. This is the last turn for it. So I think Vikander's going to have to get it. That's a shame. Alright, let's go with a tier 1 leaf green sword. Great sword. Whatever, I'll call it the green sword. The Shade Tooth. Cool looking. To be honest, Leaf stunt effect wouldn't have meshed well with a ranged, like fire-based damage dealing thing. So I will replace that and I will name it the green sword. Yay! And I'm glad I went to get Iggy. Because although it does spread the experience out more, it's still useful. Potency. That should really go to Paula. Bard has been added to the deck. That's fine. And we will head round to here. Gather here. Oh, it's infested and spreading quick. So, oh. Sorry, did that say Vikander and Iggy are rivals? Chosen, Rager, Bard, and Thrixl. Seeker extra damage, that's fine. Did that say they were rivals? Yeah, it did. Why? That's weird. I'm guessing it's a case of he said one too many things about how much he loved her mother, and it's just, come on man, that's just not tactful. So patrol. Good work. Vikander is fully healed, so let's assault the mine. Did you see the huge moth that landed in Vikander's hair earlier today? How could I not? And you weren't going to say anything? She walked around with it for like an hour. Huh. Tell me a story, before the embers die out. I just want to spend some time in a world where everything fits nicely together. Well, what would you like to hear? I went with that one last time this popped up, so let's go with, how about the Fire Queen in the Raindrop? Paula described a bitter sorceress who ruled her realm with a fiery hand. This is one of Paula's favourite stories, coincidentally. One day a raindrop fell onto her plate and told her of the suffering her acts had caused. I guess she never read that far into it. Go on, little raindrop, she laughed, and puffed a warm wind to dry it right up. But another raindrop fell on her table this time, this one just shriveled with a flick of her fingernail. But still more fell. The sorceress began shooting gouts of flame and screaming the heat of the earth, but it wasn't enough. The rain fell with one voice, rising, and eventually the Flame Queen and all her ashery were washed away in a great torrent. And the raindrops all lived happily ever after. As those in inspiring tales tend to. You asked for a story, you got a story, alright? Temporary potency and warding. Nice. Rager, 2 raccoons in a row. It charges without seeing, misshapen tusks swinging wildly. Scrambling through shadows, its barbed appendages eagerly twitch. Hooves thrown sloppily around behind it, it runs staggering, bellowing its agony. And they are right on top of us, as these things tend to be. Alright, just go straight up. Instantly kill a raccoon. Good job, Ambleton. This is a tiny map. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Alright, Vikander, you go up as well. Iggy, you go there, and I believe you can, like... Oh, yes, you can. You can shadow step past the terrain. That's pretty cool. And interfuse with the lamp. To... Oh, flare. Damn, you can't steal the fire. Blinded it. And Ambleton hits it as it walks within range. And Ambleton finishes it off. So I'll stack up on the door and wait for this this stuff on the floor to vanish. The other thing with Iggy is he has this pet rock which leaves a celestial path. So which gives plus 10 accuracy to any allies stood on it. These ones here. Open the door. So we kill 2 of them. So there's what? A Rager. And I'm sure something else that I've already forgotten. Interfuse with the cart, because it protects her a bit. Move. Interfuse with the torch to steal the fire. To just deal a load of damage to the Rager. So what exactly does Elementalist do? Fire doesn't burn out. Wood, Splinter Salvo, and Infernal Rain. Interesting. And Iggy, you just charge straight past invisibly. Yep, fire killed it. Good work, Paola. And there's the other raccoon that is currently looking for us. Iggy, throw the poison. Oh, it dodged. But hopefully it has now seen us. Oh, shot at Iggy and missed. So can she just keep jumping the flame? Like, she doesn't need to be within a certain range of it. She can just, like, leapfrog the flame forever. Only once per turn, sadly, but still. Alright, Iggy, I want you to run over here and Silk Step. Whereas the 2 of them will set up their perimeter. Nice block. Ah, no, she did lose the interfusion. Is that because it vanishes over time, or because she got too far away? I don't know. Anyway, either way, leap it onto the raccoon to kill it. That's effective. A shield. No, I don't think I want anyone to have that shield. I like Ambleton. Ambleton's got the Spectral Lantern, which I believe, yeah, it gives him like 2 warding, which is really good for using him as a great tank.